Thor: Love and Thunder is a fun action-adventure with some great action, beautiful visuals, and entertaining characters, but it didn't have nearly enough naked Chris Hemsworth, so I'd give it a 2 out of 5. Okay, in all seriousness, this movie was pretty good. I don't think it's as strong as Ragnarok, but Taika Waititi does what he does best and brings his quirky, surreal style to everyone's favorite space Viking. While some of the jokes did seem kind of forced and dragged out, most of them were pretty funny. The action scenes are fun, strikingly shot and edited, and backed by a kick-ass soundtrack full of 80s glam rock. I do think the movie suffers from the same problem that plagued Doctor Strange, where it feels like a lot of stuff was cut for time, and it leaves the story and characters feeling rushed and underdeveloped. I liked Lady Thor, more than I thought I would. I didn't care much for Natalie Portman in the previous Thor movies, but it was nice to see her back here. She gets some legitimate badass moments, as well as some pretty touching ones. But the two big issues I had with her are, one, her cancer storyline and how she gains her powers seem really rushed and not very well explained, and two, I didn't really buy the whole Jane-Thor reconnection. Their relationship in the first two movies was one of the most uninteresting and pointless aspects, which is why they brushed past it so quickly in Ragnarok. And while it's handled a little better here, it still didn't make me care about whether or not they were going to get back together. Honestly, the way people were theorizing, I didn't think they would get back together. I was under the impression that she would survive and start a relationship with Valkyrie. Even Tessa Thompson seemed to think that was the case, but maybe it was cut or rewritten at the request of the mouse. I didn't realize that the gay representation we'd be getting was Korg, but that was kinda cool, I guess. Going back to things feeling rushed, I thought the villain was particularly weak. I mean, he looks pretty cool, and I think Christian Bale gave a decent enough performance, but he was not a compelling villain in the slightest. And I think a lot of that comes from the fact that they aren't really trying for an actual villain here. The whole reason Gore starts killing all the gods is because his god refused to save his people and his daughter. And also there's a magic sword from the Shadow Realm, not even joking, that's what they call it, that's turning him evil, I guess. And it portrays the gods as all powerful, fickle assholes who can just stay up in their ivory tower not doing anything while their own gets slaughtered. So it's trying to do that whole heroes are the villains, villains are the heroes thing, except you never really care about what's going on. Honestly, the thing that this movie accomplished the best is making me want Guardians 3 even more than I already did. Thor: Love and Thunder is not perfect, but it's a fun ride as long as you turn your brain off. I'd give it a 4 out of 5.